Hey everybody, this is Tracy here with another edition of A View from Tracy's Point, and we have some breaking news. What in the world is going on? Okay, it appears today that 3 people have been arrested in connection with the R. Kelly case, and they were arrested by the Eastern District of New York, and they're claiming that these people tried to harass and bribe people in the Eastern District of New York case. So let's go ahead and read this article that was on NPR.org. It says 3 associates of fallen R&B star R. Kelly was arrested and charged Tuesday by New York federal authorities. The 3 are accused of attempting to harass, threaten, intimidate, and bribe several of Kelly's alleged victims of abuse. The 3 men are 31-year-old Richard Arline Jr., a self-described friend of the singer, Donnell Russell, who I am assuming is Don Russell, 45, a self-described manager, advisor, and friend, and Michael Williams, 37, who prosecutors say is a relative of one of Kelly's former publicists. The charges were filed in the Eastern District of New York. According to prosecutors, Arline tried to bribe one of Kelly's accusers earlier this year with a proposed payment of $500,000 in order to keep her from cooperating with the government and testifying against him at trial. Prosecutors also say that Arline claimed that he has been in touch with Kelly while he is being held in custody via a 3-way phone call, which we know is not allowed. Russell, prosecutors say, tried to harass and intimidate another accuser and her mother between November 2018 and February of this year after the accuser filed a civil lawsuit against the singer. Russell is said to have threatened to release explicit photos of the woman and to reveal elements of her history if she did not withdraw the lawsuit. And we know that that is more than likely Faith Rogers. It goes on to say the prosecutors say that Russell, using an alias, also sent versions of those photos to producers and executives at Lifetime and A&E Television on December 4th, 2018, the day that Lifetime was to hold an advanced screening of part of its SRK docuseries. That screening and a panel discussion was canceled because of a gun threat that was called in shortly before the event was to take place. Williams is charged with setting fire on June 11th to an SUV that was parked outside of a residence where one of Kelly's accusers was staying in Florida. The SUV, while was leased by the woman's father. According to prosecutors, investigators also found an accelerant around the residence. Additionally, prosecutors say Williams searched the internet for information about the flammability of fertilizer and diesel fuel, materials about witness intimidation and tampering, and information about countries that do not have extradition treaties with the U.S. I'll tell you guys what, them Clarys are bigger criminals than we thought they were, okay? So not only did you set up the arson of the car, but then, oh my God, I am so confused right now. I don't know what to say. This is just crazy because we know good and doggone well. I mean, unless Don is working for the Clarys, this makes absolutely no sense, because why would R. Kelly be so stupid as to send somebody to set this dumb girl's car on fire? If y'all can't tell how annoyed I am right now, I mean, I am just so done right now. New York prosecutors had already alleged that Kelly and his associates, including managers, bodyguards, drivers, Personal assistants and runners for Kelly, as well as members of Kelly's entourage, were acting as an organized crime ring. They have also contended that Kelly obstructed justice by destroying evidence and bribing witnesses during his trial, which ended with a not guilty verdict in Chicago in 2008. Guys, when I tell you the setup is real, okay, because you cannot tell me that these people are that stupid to have done this, okay? Like, the Eastern District of New York is really showing how low down, dirty, and deceitful they are, because you're just not going to get me to believe that these people were this dumb to do this and think they would get away with it unless they're working for the prosecutors. There's no way that they could say that they are on R. Kelly's side and pulled stunts like this, okay, in his name. Like, there's just no way they could be that stupid. And so it does. We all wondered what Donnell Russell's real role was in all of this. So evidently Donnell Russell has been working with the feds all along. So maybe that's the answer to the question that everybody has had about Donnell Russell. He is in on the setup. I mean, and he obviously brought these people along. I'm sure if we find out who these people are, we'll learn that they have a long criminal history. They probably are indebted to the feds, just like Angelo Clary is indebted to the feds for some other mess that they've done back in the day. But, okay, anyway, we're just going to continue on. Almost immediately after the charges against the men were announced, on Wednesday, one of Kelly's attorneys, Steve Greenberg, posted on Twitter, "Without question, Robert Kelly had nothing to do with any of these alleged acts by those charged. He hasn't attempted to intimidate anyone or encouraged anyone else to do so. No involvement whatsoever." Law enforcement officials have long suspected Mr. Kelly of interfering in criminal investigations. He was famously acquitted at a 2008 trial, blah, blah, blah. Now, guys, I don't know if I told you all. I know I had said previously that I thought that his appeal for bond would be heard the week of August 31st. And so it was confirmed that he's actually on the calendar for September 4th for his appeals team to come in and argue. And so I just find it so convenient that these charges have just surfaced, 2 to 3 weeks before he is supposed to argue his appeal to get a bond and to be released. And if people don't wake up now and see just how low down, dirty, and slimy the Eastern District of New York is, then there is just no, they have got to have blinders and earmuffs on. Like, this is just ridiculous. And so it says, it talks about offering the money. Lawyers for the three men could not immediately be identified. The new arrests add to the government's existing case against Mr. Kelly, who has been in custody at a jail in Chicago. And so, once again, one man can't be an enterprise. So I guess now they're getting ready to make up an enterprise and create their own enterprise. The indictment in Brooklyn accuses Mr. Kelly of leading a decades-long operation, blah, blah, blah. Prosecutors have said Mr. Kelly, and they talk about the case. He is scheduled to be tried first in New York with jury selection beginning on September 29th. The date is likely to be postponed if the coronavirus pandemic prevents in-person trials from resuming in the federal courthouse this fall. Let's see. Then they just talk about, these alleged allegations of interfering with cases. Although his music career has been dogged by allegations. Not really talking about anything else. But the setup is real. Let's just say that the setup is real. So guys, I'll be following this, like I've done everything else. And we'll see where it goes. Leave your comments below, rate the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And until the next time, I shall talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.